As embarrassingly, how am I supposed to say it? As embarrassingly, that's not how you're supposed to say it. I need to say something different because now I can't do it. I'm almost like embarrassed that it's that I'm having such a hard time. I'm glad I told you about my stroke. We're gonna blame it on that. My name is Cameron Harris and I am the assistant chair of the nursing department here. Although it's embarrassing to admit it, when Grey's Anatomy came out, I decided that I needed to be a nurse. So I shift gears, even after spending 2.5 years in an undergrad program for secondary education. I shifted gears and I decided to go to nursing school. So I started small. I got my LPN first, and then I got my RN, and then I worked in a rural hospital in Sedalia, Missouri. Then I went back, I got my bachelor's in nursing. And then we moved back to Kansas City, and that is when I began working in an ICU. I absolutely fell in love with that position, with my patients. I loved the critical care component, being able to really focus on 1 or 2 patients. But I started to kind of feel that call to go back to teaching. So during my graduate program, I had to find a facility where they would allow me to student teach. And we lived in Parkville at the time. And I actually have a pretty significant family connection to Park. Several family members have come and graduated from Park. I had heard about how great it was. And so I was able to get a student teaching assignment here. And while I was here, I just really fell in love with the students and the faculty here in the nursing program. I think from the moment I did my student teaching here, my #1 goal was to get a full-time faculty position here at Park. So when that happened, and still today, I feel so lucky to be a part of this nursing program and this university. Yeah, like you asked about the merging of the two kind of worlds. So my whole mission really throughout my entire career has always been to take something really difficult and make it just a little bit easier. So when I was a bedside nurse, you know, if I had a really sick patient, trying to make that experience just a little more tolerable. And not just for the patient, but for the families as well. And I feel like it's the same concept here with my students. The nursing program is very rigorous. The students need additional support, and I love being that support for the students. I love creating the connections with my students. I love creating new activities or simulations or lab activities that really help them understand what we are going through in our lecture material.